Hi guys, I'm Saumya. Thanks for watching. So as a reader and as somebody who reviews books from time to time, I must admit that I've always been interested in the behind the scenes workings of the publishing industry, because this is the very industry because of which I get to read so many books. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a fiction book that is taking place in the world of Indian publishing. Before moving forward with the video, on my channel Saumya's Bookstation, I make a lot of bookish content. So if you are a book lover, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also do not forget to press the bell icon. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about and reviewing Bestseller by Ahmed Faiyaz. Now this book was sent to me by the author, so let's get into the video. So Bestseller is a story taking place in the world of Indian publishing. The protagonist Akshay Mathur used to be an editor of a literary magazine back in the UK, but that magazine is now defunct, so he's out of job. As a result of which he comes to Mumbai to work as an editor of a publishing house called Kalim Publishing. Now this used to be a very popular publishing house back in the day, but in the present time it's just struggling to survive because the business is not good, and owing to the turn of events, Akshay Mathur along with some other employees in the Kalim Publishing House are supposed to turn the situation of this business around within a year and make it a profitable venture. And to do that, they are supposed to publish 5 best-selling titles within a year. And basically, this is a story about how they try to do it and how they struggle with it, or whether or not they are able to do it or not. So this story has a variety of characters. Famous authors, famous movie stars, politicians, wannabe authors, published authors trying to stay relevant with their new releases, people from the marketing side of the publishing industry, book critics, competitors, but this book does have a few key characters as well. So Akshay Mathur is the protagonist. He relocates from the UK to Mumbai. Akshay Mathur is 34, is separated from his wife, has a significant debt. So for him especially, it is very important that Kalim Publishing House does well in the coming year, because that can completely change his financial position. Apart from him, there is the character of Zora Kalim, who is the daughter of the founder of Kalim Publishing House. So Zora joins Kalim Publishing House after leaving an advertising agency. So she is an intelligent, attractive woman and is in her 20s, and there is an instant chemistry between Zora and Akshay. Then there is Roshan Khan, who is quite a character. He wants to get his autobiography published by Kalim Publishing House, and his PR team goes at great lengths to create a buzz around his book. Another key character in the book is that of Anya Malik, who is this beautiful young author who wants to make a grand comeback with her new book. Anya Malik is extremely confident and bold, and she is hell-bent on making her new book a great success. Now talking about my experience with Bestseller, now this book was honestly off to a good start for me as a reader because of the topic and the concept on which it is based. I have never really come across a fiction story that is very singularly focused on the Indian publishing world and how it works. So for me as a reader and as a reviewer, that was of great interest. The quirky and eccentric and as a result amusing side of the publishing industry is shown in the book from time to time, that makes the reader laugh. At least I laughed quite a few times in this book because of what was happening. Wannabe authors pestering the publishers to publish their books that they haven't even written. Every other person claiming that he or she is going to pen the next bestseller, and every other person that Akshay Mathur meets want to get his book published. Another aspect that has been highlighted is the elitist attitude of a certain section in the reading or publishing industry. One aspect that I found especially intriguing was how it has been shown that publishing houses go at great lengths to make the books they publish commercial successes, to make the books they publish bestsellers. One thing that I found kind of predictable but still amusing was the character of Roshan Khan. I mean, his character was quite quintessential, if I'm being honest. He was this typical movie star with this arrogant, obnoxious attitude who's too full of himself. Now this trope is not exactly new, but the way it has been presented in the book is funny from time to time. One aspect of the book that I found rather entertaining was Anya Malik's character. Now Akshay Mathur's character was actually quite confusing for me, to be honest, and a bit contradictory as well. Like in the first half of the story, I straight up disliked his character because he came across as this uppity, obnoxious, arrogant kind of a person. So Akshay always has a mental dialogue with himself in the story, and we get to read that mental dialogue. Sometimes it's quite amusing, but other times it's straight up rude and a little too cheeky for my liking. Right from the start, it is shown that Akshay is attracted to Zora's character and he really genuinely seems to like her, but the kind of mental dialogue that he has about her in the initial part of the story was something that I did not quite understand. Apart from that, the chemistry between Zora and Akshay was something that I neither liked nor disliked. For me, the core topic of the story, which was that the challenge that Kalim Publishing faces with coming out with 5 best-selling titles in a year was far more interesting than Zora and Akshay's angle in the story. If it had not been there in the book, I don't think I would have missed it. So the story in Bestseller is a foray into the world of Indian publishing. There were some aspects in the book that I felt were kind of typical, and then there were some things that I was not a fan of, but then at the same time I cannot deny that there were some unexpected things that happened in the story that ended up entertaining me greatly. So on the whole, I'll say that Bestseller is a quick and a breezy read that you can pick up over the weekend, and you will finish this book in no time because it is not even 200 pages long, and the language of the book is quite easily accessible to the reader. So if after watching my review you would like to get your hands on Bestseller by Ahmed Faiyaz, I'll leave the link for that in the description box. So that was my review of Bestseller by Ahmed Faiyaz. I hope you liked it. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.